Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Fort Collins Celebration Service. I'm Reverend Liz Luoma. Most of you probably know that, and I'm co-minister here at Unity, along with Reverend Divine. And Reverend Divine is not with us today, as she is in the San Francisco Bay Area visiting her mother and her brother. So we do have the joy and the blessing, however, of having Reverend Julie Legg, who's an interfaith minister, who is going to be assisting us today. So a big thank you and a shout out to Reverend Julie for being present with us and bringing the gift of her light and her love. I want to welcome you here to our service, knowing that wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are welcome here. We're an inclusive community. We don't tell people what to believe or how to believe. We just open our hearts knowing that truly, no matter what you call that power, that presence that is the divine, whether you call it Christ consciousness or Buddha nature, higher consciousness, divine love, it's all love. Wherever your path is, it always leads back home to the heart of love. And so we celebrate you. We celebrate the divine within ourselves and within each other, as we believe that all is an expression of this divine love, here to remember who we are and to learn new practices, ways that we can engage in our daily lives so that we can experience more joy, more peace, more love, more health, financial freedom. It's all about living the best life ever. And that's what we come together to do. So I have a few announcements. And before I do any announcements, I just want to bring to mind what our vision statement here at Unity of Fort Collins is. Our vision is that we are centered in love. We are inspired by spirit. And because of that, we awaken, connect, and we thrive. Our mission statement is that at Unity of Fort Collins, we are creating a loving community by holding a safe and sacred space for everyone so that we can be supported to learn, to grow, and to participate in what we know is an awakening world. And now for some announcements. Well, I have a great announcement. For those of you who have been present to our last couple Sundays, we have been showing off a couple of our music leader candidates. And I have the divine pleasure to announce that Elizabeth Huditz, and she calls herself L-E-L, she has now been hired as our music leader here at Unity of Fort Collins. We're so excited and so grateful. And we're grateful to Bonnie for her presence here last Sunday. Both were great, and our decision is to hire Elle, and she'll be here next Sunday and in many Sundays to follow. This coming Wednesday, if you've been paying attention that we've made some changes, there will be a grief and loss spiritual support group facilitated by Reverend Divine. That will be here at the Unity Church at 6 p.m. in person. So if you've experienced any type of loss, and that means any type of loss, there's been a lot of loss, and it's a great place to feel the support and the love and to heal anything that may be present, even that you may not know of. So if you were feeling called, please join Reverend Divine this Wednesday, 6 p.m. She'll be doing this group again on July 28th. The Wednesday, July 12th, we will be doing another meditation in-house and also online. And last but not least, we are starting a new class beginning Tuesday, August 3rd. And it's a 7-week class. It's called How to Pray Without Talking to God. It's based on the book by Reverend Linda Martella Whitsett. This is a fabulous book. If you want to learn about prayer, the different types of prayer, how they compare, see where you fall in that line, and how to learn what the affirmative unity prayer is. This is a prerequisite for anyone who may be interested in becoming a prayer chaplain here at Unity, and that will start in the fall. So please join us for this class. Again, it starts Tuesday, August 3rd through September 14th at 6 p.m. till 7:30. We've discounted the class and it's only $97, which makes it a great class for less than $15 a week. You can make payments, and we do have partial scholarships. We don't want to hold anybody back. And we know that it's an investment that you will gain more than you could have imagined by learning about prayer and to deepen your own spiritual practice. All the information on our announcements, events that are happening is on our Unity of Fort Collins website. And just check it out. You can also call the office Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. until 12 noon if you want to talk to somebody live and get any information or have any questions. So let's just take a deep breath and go into that sacred space as we do an opening, centering prayer together. And so let us take a deep collective breath in together and let it go. Another breath in and let it go. And now just notice the regular rhythm of your breath. The inhalation, the exhalation. Noticing that natural rhythm, bringing our awareness and attention to it, we become present. Present to this moment, present to this eternal breath. We become present to that presence that is breathing each and every one of us. It is breathing me now. It is breathing you. It is breathing all of creation. And so we open to that divine breath of love, that divine intelligence that is everywhere present. It's in all that is seen and all that is unseen. It is that power and presence of divine love, of inspiration. It is the breath of peace, wholeness, and joy. It is the breath of abundance and an abundant life. And it is who and what we are, that we are each individualized, unique expressions of this divine love, here to remember who we are. And so we come together with openness, open hearts, open minds, open to that power and presence that has a message for us today, that we are connecting even deeper to that spirit of love and life and experiencing greater joy, health, abundance of all good things as a result of our service here this morning. We are grateful for our guest musician, grateful for Reverend Julie, grateful for Andres, who's our tech assistant. We're grateful for all of our staff, and most of all, we're grateful for you. And so we just give thanks for this opportunity to come together in this way on this day. And so we let this word go, knowing it is already expressing itself in ways even greater than we could have imagined. And we accept it as so, as we say together, and so it is.
Would you all please join me in our opening of our Unity blessing, and it will be on the screen for you. Our unity centers us in light and peace, allowing us to recognize our God within and to radiate that love to the world. Orange County, California-based singer, songwriter, producer, and humanitarian Daniel Nahmod is one of the most beloved and successful independent performers in the United States today. having sold over 110,000 CDs and 10,000 songbooks of his profound, insightful, heart-opening original pop songs. His brilliant song, One Power, was declared the anthem for the new humanity by Deepak Chopra. Daniel's music has been heard on American Idol, The Voice, the Super Bowl, The Today Show, and Saturday Night Live. Daniel's stunning 3-octave vocals, exceptional piano and guitar skills, and utterly human, humorous, and humble stage presence combine with his extraordinary catalog of songs to inspire countless tears of joy and equally countless standing ovations from secular audiences, interfaith gatherings, nonprofit groups, and communities of all the world's major religions, including Christian, Catholic, Buddhist, Mormon, Muslim, Jewish, Baha'i, Hindu, Unity, and religious science. Daniel lives and works in Orange County, California, with his wife, jeweler Melina Nahmod, and son, Jude. Let's give a warm Unity welcome to Daniel.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. You want to sing that with me? Get ready. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. I'm diving into the deepest kind of love, and to the deepest kind of love, the sweetest kind of life, and to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready,
Our inspirational reading for today comes from our Unity Daily Word. And the affirmation is, I am a radiant channel of divine light. Jesus encouraged his followers' spiritual growth when he told them that they would do even greater works than he had done. The Bible says we are made in the image and likeness of God. Knowing this, who are we not to shine? We are divine. An incredible beauty emerges when people follow their hearts to do what they love. The closer all people come to expressing their highest potential, the more they radiate a brilliance that encourages everyone else to shine too. I am inspired by this knowledge. As I allow divine energy to surge through me, I become a radiant conduit of divine light. Ablaze with creative potential, I take one step at a time toward my best, brilliant life. And in Matthew chapter 5, verse 15, we read, no one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under a bushel basket, but on the lampstand, and it gives light to all in the house. And the affirmation once again is, I am a radiant channel of divine light. May we all remember that through this day and throughout this week. Thank you.
Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. About lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years, that I learned to keep it inside. Well, now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper light. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. About lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring this heart of mine. Thanks.
I begin today with this quote. I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm, and I spring forth with a mighty faith to do things that need to be done by me. So do you know who has said this quote, who this quote is by? Anybody? I think in my imagination, I heard someone say, Charles Fillmore. And you're right. That's right. Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity, made this statement. So now my question is, who knows how old Charles Fillmore was when he made this statement? Anybody? You can guess. I'll see if I can hear you. No, not that. No, he wasn't that age. Charles Fillmore, when he made this statement, was 94 years young. Okay, I'm going to repeat what he said at age 94. I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm, and I spring forth with mighty faith to do the things that need to be done by me. That gives me the chill bumps. 94 years old, and he's sizzling. He's sizzling, not fizzling. Fizzling, you're right, fizzle out. He is full of this thing called zeal. So my question is, where do you rate on the scale of zeal? Are you with 10 being sizzling with zeal, with a 1 being fizzling with zeal? Where do you find yourself on that zeal scale? Just notice what comes. So we're going to be talking about zeal today, because zeal is known as one of the 12 powers that co-founder Charles Fillmore came up with as he was studying the 12 disciples. So zeal isn't a word that I'm familiar with, and I certainly don't use in my everyday language. Do you use the word zeal in your life? My guess is you don't. In fact, I have probably not used that word much in my life ever. So it was very interesting to me to study what zeal is. In one of the 3 books that you can study the 12 powers, this one is called Power Up Your Life. And that's accessing your 12 powers to achieve health, happiness, abundance, and inner peace. In this book, they define zeal. Zeal is the power to be enthusiastic and passionate, inspire, motivate, excite. The authors in this book on Power Up Your Life say that zeal can be underdeveloped, and that's a person who is listless, lethargic, who has little zest for life, that's personally unmotivated to start anything new, just a lack of energy. A couch potato might come to mind, just not feeling any energy to do anything or motivated. Then you can also have an overdeveloped or egocentric sense of zeal. And this is a person who is overly zealous, impulsive, compulsive, overly ambitious, and ruthless. They basically can come off as pushy, always so much energy, needing to get things their way. So my question to you is, have you ever experienced either of these 2 aspects of zeal, overdeveloped or underdeveloped? Better question is, when in your life have you experienced lack of motivation, passion, or energy? When have you felt that underdeveloped lack of energy? Also, when in your life have you experienced impulsiveness, compulsion, and been overly ambitious. See, I believe that we've all experienced both realms. And to just observe what comes to your mind without judgment is important. We want to just observe because observation is just a key to our awareness. Zeal is basically an inherent, innate power or ability that we all have. Just like we have muscles in our body, and we need to use those muscles in a correct way and to develop them. Just like we have to work the various muscles in our body, we need to, and they work together, we need to use zeal in a way and develop it so that it can work with the other 12 powers. None of these 12 powers or spiritual abilities is meant to be isolated. In fact, zeal is best used when it's used with the power of wisdom. And I'll be talking about more of that in a couple weeks. So, because Charles Fillmore is the advocate of zeal being one of our 12 powers, what does he have to say? Well, in another great book, if you want to study the 12 powers, it's called The 12 Powers, written by Charles Fillmore. How does he describe zeal? Charles says, zeal is the dynamic power of the great universal impulse that lies back of all action. Zeal is the mighty force that incites the winds, the tides, the storms. It urges the planet on its course and spurs the ant to great exertion. Zeal and enthusiasm incite to glorious achievement in every aim and ideal that the mind conceives. Zeal is the impulse to go forward, the urge behind all things. Without zeal, stagnation, inertia, death would prevail throughout the universe. The man without zeal is like an engine without steam or an electric motor without a current. Energy is zeal in motion, and energy is the forerunner of every effort. So, to not have zeal is, as he said, an engine without steam or an electric motor without a current. And it's basically dead-like. So is zeal important? Energy to understand, to develop? Absolutely. Because without zeal, there isn't any life force. It's the life force in every single thing, ever seeking a freer, fuller, more expanded expression of itself as life. Makes me think of a piece of grass or a plant that is breaking through rock. And you can see that on sidewalks. There's no way that I could understand how that plant could go, but it's the inertia, it's the zeal inherent in that plant that is seeking to be even more of itself. Zeal is also seen as the flame of life, and that it is that inward force of the soul urging us upward. And I could look at that fire within, and I think about a fire that's that's out of control, like a wildfire. We have this frenetic energy that's the developed zeal, which is out of control. You don't want to have zeal that's out of control, right? No. And you don't want to have the underdeveloped zeal that is like the smoldering embers on a fire. We want to have a healthy fire within, and we need to feed that fire. Yeah, we need to fire. We need to feed it with our thoughts, with our energy, and so that we can have a great zeal. So I'm going to invite you now to join me by closing your eyes, and we're going to do a little reflection on the real zeal scale and where you find yourself in different arenas regarding the zeal in your life. And I invite you just to observe without judgment where you fall on the scale. Just know that whatever number comes to mind when I introduce a different area, it's okay, right where it is. It can be high, it can be low, it can be in the middle. Just know that it's okay. Whatever comes to mind, there's no good or bad. It's just awareness. So taking a breath in and letting it go. And on that scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest level of zeal where it's sizzling, or 1 being the lowest level of fizzling, where do you fall on the scale generally in the overall picture of your life? Whatever comes to mind, just observe. Good. And now where do you fall on that same scale in your relationships? What number comes to mind? And to be more specific, where does your zeal in your significant other relationship fall? Just notice what you're noticing. And bring to mind another person, might be a family member, just out of curiosity. Bring that person to mind, and where do you fall on that scale? Is it sizzling with enthusiasm in the relationship, or is it more fizzling? Good. And now, where do you fall on that zeal scale with purpose and meaning in your life? Purpose and meaning in your life. Where are you on that scale of enthusiasm and zeal? Just notice. Good. Now breathe. Where do you find yourself on the scale of your physical body? How much zeal do you physically experience in your body on a day-to-day basis? Just notice. Very good. Taking a breath in. Now one more. Where on the scale do you find yourself in the amount of fun and play that you experience on a daily basis? What number emerges in your mind on the fun and play experience in your daily life? Very good. Now breathe, and from these areas, or perhaps another area, what area would you most love to experience more zeal, more passion, more energy in your life? Let come to mind that one area that you would like to have more zeal and passion, energy. Great. And breathing, the next question. What's the one thing that you can do right now that would increase this area's passion, energy, experience of zeal? What's the one thing you can do? Great. Once an area has come to your mind and an idea of what you could do, you can open your eyes. Excellent. It's all about observation. You have to have an awareness. So I'm going to give you 7 areas of ways that you can increase the zeal, passion, motivation, inspiration in your life. And you're welcome to take notes. What's really interesting is that Unity has a history of, they don't call their Sunday talks, they call them lessons. It's about what we're learning. So if you want to take notes, and what I'm going to invite you to do is to see which of these areas that you might have referred to in the area that you'd like to increase your energy, your zeal, your passion. And perhaps you might use one of these as well. So one way that you can increase your passion and motivation in life is, number one, set realistic goals. Sometimes we have goals that are just too big, too much. And so we need to take a big goal and what's the little goal I can make? Because sometimes we have inertia and no movement because it just is too much. So realistic goal, what's the little thing I can do right now, today? Number two, this is a very important one. Re-examine your values and your purpose in life and your meaning. You know, our purpose and our values can change as we move through life. Have you re-examined what your values are? Are you in line with them in what you're doing every day? And your purpose. To me, it's really important for me to know what my purpose is. Why am I here? You know, in the overall picture, what is my purpose and my values? And make the changes. The third way you can increase the zeal and your passion in your life, and we've all heard this, but it's worth repeating, is to practice gratitude. If you're feeling lethargic and just at a loss, the great increaser of energy is practice your gratitudes. And for me, going for a walk, a gratitude walk always works well for me because walking is movement, and just to get up, to take a walk and to practice my gratitudes while I'm walking, that can actually increase our zeal and passion because there's so much to be grateful for. And sometimes we forget. Number four, you've all heard this as well, but to increase your zeal, your passion, your energy, how's your lifestyle going? And that is in the regards of your diet. What are you eating? How much sleep are you getting? Are you moving your body and exercise? Healthy living. What's the one thing you could do that would shift that energy of creating more energy and zeal? Number five, surround yourself with positive people. If you're hanging out with people that are very much about complaining and gossiping and woe is me and all the negatives, that will drain you of any energy that you're trying to have. So increase your surroundings of the positive people that you're hanging out with and talking to. Number six is very important. Notice this week when you have the most amount of joy. Sometimes we get so caught up in our routines, we forget the things that bring us joy. And pay attention. You might think that this is your life, but oh, I really enjoyed listening to music, and I haven't been listening to music. If that increases your joy factor, do that. Pay attention. Write down this week, when did I feel joy, the most joy today? And have a list. And what would perhaps bring you more joy? Last but not least is number 7, self-talk. This is actually huge. What is our self-talk? If we are carrying around any limiting thoughts about ourselves or about life, we need to know what those are. What are my limiting thoughts? And then you can exchange those for empowering beliefs, but you have to be aware of them. So I'm going to come to one more area, and it's not one of the 7 that I just mentioned. This is coming from Reverend Linda Martella Whitsett's book called Divine Audacity. She identifies 3 major components of zeal: enthusiasm, devotion, and audacity. And this is the book, Divine Audacity. So I'm going to speak to you today about audacity. Linda says in her book, Audacity is an aspect of zeal relating to our inherent evolutionary impulse. Fillmore taught that zeal is the great universal force, which I've spoke of, impelling humankind to spring forward in a field of endeavor and accomplish the seemingly miraculous. Our power source for moving in the direction of fulfillment and beyond the bounds of perceived limitations is audacity, the quality of boldness and forward movement. The definition of audacity is boldness and daring, to be willing to get outside of those boundaries. We have boundaries we created, self-created, or we've inherited from others. And audacity is when we're courageous enough to do things that might be a little bit scary. You know, the opposite of audacity is timidness, fear. It's holding back for fear. But being courageous is having fear and doing it anyway. To do something different. When I reflected upon audacity in my own life, I see that I tend to be pretty much an audacious person. For example, when I was 28 years old, I had an opportunity. I was working in a factory, the midnight shift, the night shift, making plastic, winder operator for plastic strapping. They had a position, they were going to open a warehouse in East LA, and they wanted someone to run that warehouse. I said, that's my job. I had no idea what an affirmation was, nor did I know that behind that was a power. For me to go move across country to East LA to open a warehouse, be a professional forklift driver dealing with truck drivers all day, unloading semis and setting up a warehouse was pretty audacious. I can look back on my life and say, yeah, taking a trip to the big island of Hawaii by myself, solo, or taking a cruise solo. Could be pretty scary for some folks. Moving to Canada to take a job for 8 months on my own. And last but definitely not least, being a minister and moving to a different state is audacious. It's daring. It's going across comfort lines, meeting new people, and having all kinds of new opportunities. I happen to think that I inherited my father's entrepreneur energy. And I'm also a 7 on the Enneagram, which, if you're familiar with that, it's all about adventure and experience. So maybe it comes more naturally to me. However, to be audacious does not mean you have to do big, huge, humongous things. It's to find what is new and different that you could do that would stretch you outside of your comfort zone. I want you to think on that today and this week. Make a list of things that you could do that would be outside your comfort zone, and then just don't write them down. Do that thing. Do something different and be willing to be afraid and do it anyway. Be willing to fail. What have you got to lose? It's the life energy. And I know when I'm doing something new that I can be fearful. And I look at a coin, one side of it is fear. But I flip that coin over, and on the other side is excitement. You can take your fear, flip it so that you have heads up. The heads up part of the coin is excitement. So when I've been fearful, I look at the other side of the coin and go, this is exciting. What are the possibilities? I have no idea. And to let your inner explorer out. There is within us so much more to be realized, to be experienced, I believe. It is the zeal within me, within you. Zeal is not outside of us, but to ignite that flame within by the ways that I have suggested, to get your inner zeal and let it burn, not out of control or to fade into the embers, but to feed it. And I know that we have that zeal. There is a song within us, something that wants to express itself. And I want to invite you to open your ears and to open your heart to Daniel Nahmod's next song, which is going to be played as I complete today's lesson. It's called Song unsung. I believe he says it very, very well. And I hope it inspires you, as it has always been an inspiration to me. May you enjoy the zeal and open your hearts to something more. And so we do. And so it is.
One of the things that's just true about me is that I am incapable of singing one of my own songs without meaning it. I am thinking about the words as I'm singing them. And this next song is one of the more intense songs I've ever written. They're all personal, but this one is really a declaration of intention, determination to leave none of me that I can possibly spend unspent. It's a whisper. This crowd is way too loud for me to hear it, but I can feel it. It's a secret. Distant rumble of thunder shaking the ground, announcing the sound. And I alone can find the tone, the finest note I've never heard. They can take my money, they can have my car, they can mock my spirit, they can break my heart, they can run me down, tell me never return. But I guess that's a lesson that I'll never learn, 'cause when this life is over, when it's said and done, I ain't gonna lie, I don't wanna die with my song unsung, my song unsung. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It's no mystery where I learned to keep my mouth shut and behave. They said it's safer that way, but that's ancient history. If I don't speak up now, there's no one left to blame. I'm signing my own name, and I alone can find the tone, can find the home that I never had. They can take my money, they can have my car, they can mock my spirit, they can break my heart, they can run me down, tell me never return. But I guess that's a lesson that I'll never learn, 'cause when this life is over, when it's said and done, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna lie, I don't wanna die with my song unsung, my song unsung. Oh, 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 oh. Whoa. What if no one listens? What if no one cares? If I'm soon forgotten, was I ever there? They can take my money, they can repossess my car, they can call me crazy, they can break my heart, they can run me down, tell me never return. But I'm tired of thinking that's what I deserve for all the years unlived, when all I did was hide, all the love ungiven, the tears uncried. I'm letting it out, yeah, I'm letting it fly, gonna lift my voice to a clear blue sky. There's something inside me, it's time to come out, time to climb that mountain. Take a look around, see what's up ahead, see how far I've come, see that never again is my song unsung. Oh, whoa, 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 my song unsung. Oh, whoa, whoa, I'm not gonna die with my song unsung.
And so now it's time to share our gratitude. And I always remember something that Dr. Fred down at Mile High Church used to say, that prosperity is like the faucet. We have to turn it on and keep it flowing. And so, in order to share prosperity with Unity Church of Fort Collins, there are 3 ways that you can do that. You can mail in a check, you can drop off a check, or you can go to the Unity of Fort Collins website and do a payment via PayPal. However you do it, we want you to know that we are so grateful for your offering. And so now we're going to say our prosperity blessing. And what I like to do many times is hold that, whatever I'm going to give, in my hands and close to my heart as we say the blessing. And it will be on the screen. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. And thank you, everyone. Please join me in saying our unity prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Hello, my friends in Fort Collins. Thank you for having me. Nice to sing for you even at a distance. And I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're enjoying your summer. One more song for you today. This one has never felt more appropriate. Hope you enjoy, and thanks again. Bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. I think I finally learned to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do, yeah. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. I think it's time to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do, yeah. many times before. Broken hearts and slamming doors. I'll be all right, yes I will, once more, just as I did back then. I'm gonna rise again, so bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do, yeah. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new, so bring it on. Everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I know it's gonna be everything new. So get ready. Get ready, my soul.
Thank you, Daniel. A ministry in the music is definitely apparent today. Everything different, everything new. It's coming through. It's coming through me. It's coming through you. We have opened up today to that zeal, that impulse that is ever seeking a freer, more greater expression of itself. We all have a song to sing. And I know that we're bringing that forth today and in the days to come as a result of our being part of today's service. Thank you for bringing your zeal, your passion, your openness to that something more. Until next time, the divine zeal and flame in me honors and sees the divine flame and zeal within you and as you. Have a blessed day and a zeal-filled week. Blessed be. Namaste.